Welcome to my first official YouTube video. Today I'm going to take a few minutes and talk about your electric panel at your house, what you need to know about it, and what kind of maintenance might need to be done. When you open the door here, first of all you're seeing the meter in the picture, and everyone knows about that. That's where the power company can read your power used for your billing. One of the first things you're going to want to locate in your panel is your main shutoff breaker. In my case, I've got a 200 amp panel, and what that breaker does, when you open it, it'll kill power to the rest of the panel, and that's for doing maintenance. You have other individual circuit breakers. You'll have single pole breakers, which are the single circuit breakers, and you'll have double pole breakers, which are two breakers connected together. Your single pole breakers are all 120 volts, and your double pole are 240. On your single pole breakers, you're going to have two different sizes in there most likely. You're going to have 15 amp and 20. The 15 amp breakers are for generally your lighting and most receptacles in your house. Receptacles you'd find in your bedrooms and hallways. And then your 20 amp breakers are for your larger loads. They're things like your kitchen appliances, your disposal, dishwasher, your refrigerator, freezers. You'll find microwaves on there and an assortment of other things. Also, if you have any ground fault circuits in your house, which you all do, they're going to be 20 amp breakers also. The ground fault receptacles are those receptacles in kitchen areas, areas near water like in bathrooms, also your receptacles outside the house and in your garage. On your 2-pole breakers, your 240 volt loads, you're going to have larger loads like your dryer, your air conditioning units, your oven or your cooktop. In my case, I've got a circuit breaker for a sub panel, which means there's another panel somewhere in the house that has circuits in it. Okay, I'm going to take my cover off here. I don't know if you noticed on my panel cover that I had it labeled. One of the things you want to make sure you know is what all your circuit breakers feed. So if you don't have a properly labeled panel, go ahead and take some time. Get one person, maybe on a telephone, over by the main panel, another person inside the house, and go ahead and go through and check and identify all the circuits and get it labeled. If you ever have any problems, you're going to want to know what circuit breaker to turn off. Okay, as far as maintenance inside your panel, unless there's a problem, there's not a whole lot you need to do. If you do need to check something, if it's an older house, you're going to look at your power wires coming off each circuit breaker. You might give them a wiggle to check to see that there's tightness and no loose connections. That's going to be the #1 cause of a problem in your panel, is a loose connection. So you're going to check your black wires, which are your power wires for your 110 volt. And in the case of your 240 volt, you've got a combination of red and black wires serving those. You're going to see a lot of white wires in there. Those are your neutrals. And then you're going to see a lot of bare copper wires. And those are your ground wires. The neutrals and the ground wires all come together on the same electrical connection point in your panel. In my case, it's on both sides. So electrically, they're connected to the same point in the system, even though the wiring's separate in the house. So if you have any questions about your panel and you're unsure of whether it needs to be checked and you're uncomfortable doing it yourself, my advice to you is to get an electrician to come and just do a quick inspection on it. And if you have any issues, you can get them taken care of. Otherwise, labeling is the most important thing. And then make sure your kids know also. They need to know where this panel is. If there's a problem in the house, like a fire or any other emergency, and they need to turn the power off, they're going to want to know where this main breaker is. So, I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you very much.